and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lizzie from Holistically Lizzie, and in this week's video I'm going to be talking about how to have a healthy pregnancy, and I'm specifically going to be talking about the second trimester. Now, I've also done a video on how to stay healthy and fit during your first trimester, which I'll link in the description, but for today I'm going to talk about the second trimester. So let's get straight into the video. So what I suggest that you do in this trimester is to get out and about as much as you can. So go for walks, just get outside, like walk as much as you can. It's so beneficial to be walking throughout your entire pregnancy, but now is the time when you're going to have the most energy and when you're going to feel the most comfortable. So get outside. It's a really good time to do all your baby shopping now, because you have that energy, and just getting out and about is really nice. It's also a really exciting time, and it's nice to do things like that when you're feeling good. The next thing that you can look at doing is starting to increase your exercise if you've not actually done any within your first trimester. I know for me, I felt like crap during the first trimester, so doing exercise was just an absolute no-go. Walking was my absolute limit. So in my second trimester, I started to incorporate more exercise. Now, if you are pregnant and you haven't done any exercise before, then I'll suggest speaking to your doctor just to get an all clear that it's safe to do so, and maybe asking for some recommendations. Or, as I mentioned in the first trimester video, is to speak to a certified personal trainer who specialises in pre- and postnatal exercise, so they can give you an accurate plan in what's suitable for you. Now, for me, I'm a personal trainer, so I was okay, and I kind of knew what limits to do and not to do. And also use Google. You know, it's plenty of free resources. So it's not a necessity to go to a personal trainer, but unless you're feeling really stuck and you have absolutely no idea what to do, then Google's a really good choice. You can find different things on even things like Pinterest. There's loads of tutorials on YouTube, which is absolutely amazing, and loads of them are free. So loads of stuff online that you can have a look at. I personally bought some DVDs, so I did some Pilates, and I really enjoy yoga, and I know quite a bit about yoga, so I did yoga as I was doing it as well. So what I suggest is to find something that if you're new to exercise, you don't want to be at a point where you're going to be pushing to more than what you would have been doing before you got pregnant. So it's not a competition, it's just to support yourself and to have a healthy pregnancy. Another thing to mention is that prenatal classes it's a really awesome time to start doing these. So they've been specifically tailored to create a healthy workout for you that's safe. So really recommending that, and it's also a really nice time to meet other mums. And like I said, you're feeling really good, so you're quite positive and optimistic at this point, so really good time to do that. Okay, the next thing that I did in my second trimester was that I just ate a really wide range of healthy foods. So I didn't restrict anything. I ate loads of fruits and vegetables, like absolute tons of fruits and vegetables. I had whole grains, so I'd always try and choose that over more refined versions. So if I wanted pasta, I'd have brown rice pasta, or like a gluten-free pasta over white pasta, and brown rice over white rice, those types of things. So I just went for more whole grain varieties. I also increased the amount of protein that I had. So I mean, this is absolutely marginal that I did it, because if you're vegan, then you might know about the whole protein myth kind of stuff, but you don't actually need that much protein. However, when you're creating a baby, you do need a bit more. So I just tried to include it in, a little bit in each meal, which is what I generally tend to do anyway. So I would just add more pulses, so like more beans and lentils to my dishes. I'd have more nut butter, more nut seeds, that type of stuff. But overall, I just had a really balanced diet, and I didn't put restriction on anything. So I had fats, I had good carbohydrates, I had protein, I had tons of fruits and vegetables. I had everything, and I didn't restrict on anything. I wasn't worried about gaining weight, because if you have a healthy diet and you're eating from those food groups, then you can have an abundance of them. Don't worry about restricting, or if you should be having more of this, or if you should be having less of this, or whatever it is. Just eat in abundance from those really healthy food sources. Okay, my next, probably one of the biggest tips that I can give you is to eat a good food with a bad. Now, I really hate labeling food as good and bad, but this really helped me throughout my pregnancy, and I think this helped me not blow out of control, because I do have quite a big sweet tooth. But whenever I would have a kind of treat food, I'd always eat something healthy with it. I've kind of learned this in my pregnancy, but then it's something that I now use quite a lot. So say for instance, if I wanted some chocolate, or I wanted a bit of cake, or whatever it was, then I'd always try and have fruit with it as well, just so it has that fibre and the vitamins, and it fills me up more. Whereas I think, and I could just have, say, a few squares of chocolate, whereas if I was a bit more hungry, I'd maybe want to eat tons of chocolate. So just having the fruit just slowed down my appetite, and I knew that I was kind of having something good as well, so it didn't kind of spiral out of control by any means. So I'd really recommend that you do that. It's quite an easy one to implement. You tend to eat more, but you're eating more of the good things, so it's just got more filling power. So I'd really recommend to do that. The other thing that I did do, or should I say didn't do, was that I didn't give into cravings all the time. Now, I have quite a healthy diet in general, and I don't really have tons of junk food. It's just not really my thing. I've had a really good diet for a long time, and my habits have changed, what I prefer has changed. So I don't eat loads of junk food, but definitely there was times when you just think, oh God, what's the point? You feel tired, and you just, you're feeling all stretched, and you think, who cares? Who cares if I eat more cake? No one's gonna notice. Anyway, back to the point. You are gonna get cravings of some sort, even if they don't feel like actual pregnancy cravings, which are a lot more intense. But you can have a control over them to some degree. You don't have to have everything all the time. It's not an excuse, being pregnant, to just go bananas. You are creating a baby inside you, so always remember that you want to nourish your baby. That's the whole idea. You're creating a healthy nest for your baby to grow. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to go overboard. Have, like I said, a little bit of the bad food, but have a bit of good food with it as well. And don't give in all the time, because sometimes cravings, they're not real pregnancy cravings. It's just because you feel like it. So there's more of an excuse when you're pregnant to kind of just think, oh, sod it, I'll have whatever I want. But think that you're creating that healthy baby, and let that be your driving force. Quick little note on that as well is that when you are having cravings, think about what you're craving and just make healthier alternatives. So if you're craving a burger and fries, if you're craving chocolate cake, there's tons of recipes. Just make a healthy alternative, and then that way at least you're satisfying your craving, but you're just not doing as much damage, and hopefully it won't kind of send your blood sugar out of control, and so you just want more. It should just be enough that it satisfies you, and then you're okay after that. Now, throughout my pregnancy, I found it was really beneficial to snack more often, and I encourage you to do the same. Being pregnant takes a lot, it takes a huge toll on your body and your energy levels, and you will be feeling more hungry, there's no doubt about it. I just couldn't feel full no matter what I did. So snack often. It's a really good time to do this. Have some healthy snacks, just so that you're not, you know, have things ready prepared so that you're not likely to just buy on impulse or just, you know, grab something when you're out because you're absolutely starving. You know, just be prepared with snacks. Just things like fruits, you know, like it doesn't have to be really complicated. Just having some fruits, have some nuts, have some, you know, like more healthy cereal bars, whatever it is, but you're gonna be feeling quite peckish at this point. So, and just generally throughout your pregnancy, so having snacks on hand is really good. And you know, it means that you've not got the temptation all the time, and you know, you're not eating out all the time, so you're just restricting that as well. So naturally you're going to be making healthier choices. So with all that said, the next thing that I want you to do is just to enjoy your food. Enjoy what you're eating. There's no pressure. You are pregnant. This is, you know, like a time when it's so hard on your body. It's going through such a massive change. You're mentally going through a massive change. You know, just enjoy yourself. Now is not the time to be thinking, am I looking too fat? What if I can't get my body back after the baby? You know, just enjoy it. Enjoy your food. Now's the only time when you don't have to even think about your body image. You know, you're pregnant. You know, you're creating a life that's so much more important. Just keep that in mind and just enjoy it. As long as you're being reasonable, being sensible, and you're eating as healthy as you possibly can, then that's you know, you've accomplished that goal. You know, like anything else, it doesn't matter. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy this time. It's so lovely, the second trimester. And last but not least is to love your body more. Now this is really important because I think, you know, there's so much pressure on women to get their bodies back after they've had a baby, or you know, even during the pregnancy to only have you know, a bump and whatever it is. You know, it's not important. Your body image, you should be loving yourself. I think I felt the most confident that I ever did when I was pregnant, especially in my second trimester, because it was the first time when I really seen my body change. The first trimester, it didn't really make that much of a difference, but I seen it, and when you feel your baby growing inside you and kicking and seeing the scans and all those exciting things, just think of your body as an absolute miracle. You know, it's so amazing to go through this journey. You know, motherhood is absolutely incredible, and pregnancy is such a special time. Love yourself and appreciate your body for what it's able to do. You know, go out for a walk because you can, because it's good for you, it's good for your baby. Eat healthy because you can, and because it's good for you and it's good for your baby. And just love yourself. Embrace the fact that you're pregnant and that you're doing such a brilliant job, and it's such a nice thing. You know, I mean, how amazing is it that you get to create a life inside you? That's just awesome. What's going on in your body, it's absolutely amazing, and just appreciate that. Love yourself and have that confidence. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will be doing a video on how to stay healthy during your third trimester, which again is very different. So please subscribe so that you'll get an update on when that one's available. And thank you so much for watching. If you did like this, if any of these tips help, then please press the like button, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye guys, have a good day.